All right, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I just shared something special with everybody who's on this training this morning. This morning, if you're here for discipline. You're like, oh my God, there's some areas in which my life that potentially are going right. And there's some areas within my life that I would actually love to change. But I hear this word and I'm like, what the heck is it? How do I do it? How do I acquire it? You know, I'm here for it all day. So anytime in which I do a training, I've been getting on my YouTube channels. Where are they? I have multiple sites, guys. I have TrayceMadre.com, which is my full brand, which will take you into my site, which is Coach Trayce Madre, where I'm in an amazing company here called It Works. And one of the things in which we do is we change lives, and we change lives through products, and we change lives also too to those who come into our businesses. And then we're able to affect them with change, because guess what? I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years, and I'll tell you the most flexible muscle that I've had is being flexible. It's being willing to change. It's being willing to understand that everything isn't going to stay the way in which I have it. And in order to get to the next level, I have to grow. And in order to grow, I have to show up as a new woman each individual time that I want to grow. And when I get comfortable and when I sit in a space, it feels beautiful, but I'm not necessarily growing. I am reaping the benefits of the fruits in which I've done. Right? I'm reaping those benefits because I freaking worked hard and now I can. But then when I want to go to a new level, guess what? I got to be uncomfortable. And guess what? Being uncomfortable is the thing that we do not like. And I'm going to talk to you the reason why discipline is so hard. Why is it so hard? It's because it's uncomfortable. It is what it is. It's uncomfortable. It doesn't feel great. You're trying to do something else that's different. It's not going to feel amazing. But I'm going to help you change your association with feeling uncomfortable and understanding how to do it, how to grow, how to stretch. Anybody on here lifted weights? Have you ever lifted weights before? Have you noticed maybe you started with a weight? You started with that one weight. And when you started with that weight, you couldn't lift it. But then before you know it, you was able to lift the weight, and then it was time to increase. Anybody in the gym like me going, yeah. People think I lost my mind because I'll compliment my dang on self. Hey, Jillian, I like that. So I'll compliment myself. I will. I'll be like, yo, I did it. I'm moving. Well, I want you to start seeing discipline as the same thing. You're lifting a weight. You're trying to grow. And then in order to do that, that pain that you went through, hey, you're going to physically change. You're going to mentally change. You're going to get what it is you came for. That's my favorite saying. Get what you came for. If you haven't got what you came for, then, hey, man, you ain't done. You're not done. You're not. Discipline is one of those things. Now, here is where we can kind of get this twisted a little bit. We think that being amazing and being disciplined is when we're doing well. Like, I'm getting the next thing. I'm propelling forward. So now I'm disciplined. Wrong. You're disciplined in everything you do. Want me to prove it to you? Say, for instance, you put something wrong in your mouth. You eat cheeseburgers. You eat cheeseburgers often. Right? Oh, you're real disciplined at gaining weight. You wake up late. You're very disciplined at being late. See, it's how you choose to look at this. You don't show up for nothing. I even told everybody last week, this is the last time I'm keep on telling y'all personal development is at 8 a.m. It's Monday. When is it 8 a.m.? Personal development. I ain't about to keep on telling you that personal development is 8 a.m. because your ritual is you're setting up your ritual, your discipline to need to be reminded to do things you should do. If this is what you want, show up. It's free. Log in, hit the button, go. You get it? But if you need to be reminded, your discipline of yourself is tell me when to do things. Tell me when to do them, and that's what I'm going to do. So you got to check which discipline side you're on. Are you on the good side of your discipline or the bad side of your discipline? But whatever you're doing, you're disciplined at it. Now, here's a question I want you to ask yourself. Whether you're in the good discipline side of yourself or the bad discipline side of yourself, when did you make the decision that this was okay? When did you decide this is okay? Because that's what's important. When you decide to be well on the discipline side of yourself, usually there's a series of action where you go, oh my God, I'm tired of it. I'm sick. When it happened with me, I was 274 pounds. I'll talk to you about weight. I was 274 pounds. And I remember I went to go try on some clothes. My husband told me he was tired of seeing me wear leggings. Baby, wear some jeans, wear some boot cuts. And I was like, boot cuts, they can do that. All right, let me go to the store. Well, last time I had been in the jeans, I was a size 16. And so I went to the gym, and it's so funny. My husband's name is Maurice. So I went to the store, came called Maurice's. Now I could barely even go at Maurice's because of this dang on traumatic story that happened to me at Maurice's. So I go to Maurice's and I try on a size 18 because I'm like, hey, cutie patootie, I'm a size 18. So I tried on the jeans. I got the jeans home. I tried them home, and they came to my knees. And I was like, oh, okay, knees. All right. So we just gonna go back to the store. Because how many of y'all do that? Hey, you got on the pair, they don't work right. You just go try on the next one, right? You be like, oh, okay, well, it's only. Be careful with it's only. That if you preface that before something is only, danger, danger zone. It's only the other size. I was like, go ahead, okay. So I go back and I go get a 20. And I was like, okay, all right. I come home and hit mid-thigh. Now I start getting hot. Because I'm like, hold on. What happened? So I was like, okay, this time maybe I might want to put my butt in the dressing room. Maybe I want to go see where I'm at. So I go on and I get a size 22. I drive back. The store is like 10 minutes from my house. So I drive back to the store. And as I drive back to the store, hey, husband, I don't have this up, but I'm on record. Okay, so I go back to the store. And as I go back to the store, I go get the size 22. Well, I get the 22 and it's now in the middle of my behind. And I'm getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And I'm going, okay, wait a minute. Now it's getting serious. Right? It's getting really serious to me now. So then I go back on down. And then next thing you know, I go up to the next size. It's a 20 freaking 4. And I go, okay. So my thinking 16 to 18 actually ain't 18. It's not 20. It's not 22. It's 24. And then I'm going, well, when did this happen? And see, on the outside of the dressing room, they ask you your name. Anybody go to these dressing rooms, but now they put your name on the outside of the door. They're just trying to be personal. That's all. But then the guy comes to the door and he says, Tracy. And I go, and then I just started going, oh my God. And I remember sweating. And then I remember taking off the jeans and I remember walking them out really quickly. And then he was like, are you wanting to buy them? And I walked really, really fast to the door. Then I got to the car and then it started to rain and I started to cry. And I was just like, oh my God, like, when did this occur? Like, how did this happen? And now at this time frame, I knew not what I weighed. I had no idea. And so I was like, okay, I need to go get a scale. What is happening here? Because see, I've been wearing leggings and Lycra stretches. That's in trouble. It does. So where I'm thinking I'm on extra whatever, I'm actually in stretch and I'm not knowing. Because guess what? You can really fool yourself. You can go into a medium legging and stretch that butt, but you keep getting on in it. And your extra large butt is in the medium and thinking you should. And it's not right. I'm in a medium. And everybody walking by you going, no, babe, you are not a medium. But okay. All right. So I was like, okay, all right, go to the store, go get a scale, come back home. My husband's like frustrated. Why we didn't miss the show? What's happening? And I'm just quiet and I'm going, I don't feel well. I need to stay home. And he's like, how did that occur? I don't know. So I go in the bathroom, I lock the door, and then I put the scale down. And the last time I had weighed myself, I was 180. The last time I weighed myself, I was 180. So I get on the scale and I'm 274. And I was like, what the hell? How? I remember I used to be a size 6. I used to model for Barbizon. Y'all, I was on tap, ballet, dance. Body was impeccable, like 6-pack. And now I'm 274 pounds. And my baby is like 6, 7. No, how old is she? She's not 6 or 7. Put it this way, my baby had a baby weight as baby weight. You know, I have 3 teens, so it's not baby weight. Can't put that on that. So I'm like, okay, what has occurred? What has happened? So I didn't do anything at that point. I just remembered it in my head. And then I remember, okay, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work out. And then I remember I was like, okay, I'm going to go to my dance class because I used to dance. Y'all hear my singing. I was very into the arts. So I'm like, okay, let me go to the dance class. And then I go to the dance class and I'm trying to drive and my knee hurt. And I'm like, why does my knee hurt? I used to drop it low. What that mean? Why is my knee in pain? And I'm like, okay, this is not cute. And so then I moved to the back of the class. And as I moved to the back of the class, I remember I'm the type of person that likes to sit in the front of the class, raise her hand, say, hey. And I was like, oh my God, now I'm in the back of the class. So there was still not enough action. It wasn't, because I was like, okay, I'm protecting my brain now. Okay. I'm protecting my brain at this point. This isn't okay. And I'm steady dancing. And as we move around, like we had to do this one move. And I remember it's mirrors all in the gym. And so we had to do this one move. And I turn around and I was like, is that my stomach still going? Like we dancing and I'm jiggling, but my stomach is still, we didn't stop and my stomach is still doing like this. And I'm like, okay, man, I'm steady going. When did this occur? Like, how is this okay? How is this okay? Then a week goes by later, and then I go to McDonald's. And I'm going to the McDonald's and I'm hungry. And I'm like, okay. And I'm upset and frustrated because everybody in this line is taking forever. How many of y'all get mad when the line at McDonald's don't move? Like the number one is a Burger Mac, number one is a Big Mac, number two cheeseburgers. Then you go down, it is filet of fish. Like, why are we making all these decisions? The same menu. And then y'all will sit there and be like, hold on, I want to look. So I'm mad because I'm ready to eat. And I'm like really frustrated. Like, why is it taking whatever? Okay. So then I get home and I get undressed. And as I'm getting undressed, I have a mirror next to my window. I have a mirror that's on the wall. And so as I'm getting undressed, I'm sitting there, I have no clothes on. And then I have my Big Mac and I'm about to go in. And I looked up to the side and I had a double chin. I had two butts, two waists. And I was sitting there naked going with the burger. And I was like, that's it. Like I started crying at that moment. Even now I feel emotional because I remember that sight. And I was like, this is too much. This is too much. And then I was like, okay, I know how to, at this time, I'm a life coach. Guess what? Coaching everybody else on their life, how to be better at their career. But I never would touch how to be better in your body because I wasn't that. I would never touch it. I was like, nope. I can teach you how to take $20 and turn it to $100. That's what I'm good at. So I'm going to stay there. Hey guys, I can teach you how, as a celebrity stylist, I can teach you how to have a 6-figure chair. I can teach you how to build your product line. So I want to stay at every level of which is going to be comfortable. And then I looked over and was like, you know what? If I keep on staying here, I'm going to be 300 pounds. Like my 100-something frame ain't 200 anymore. I delivered my last child at 210. So at that point, it was, you are out of control. And how do you get back control? The way that you get back control is you have to, number one, understand you're out of control. Even though that is uncomfortable and understanding that, you have to understand you're out of control and you got to do something about it. But what do I do? So it was at that time frame that I said, okay, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to have to go to the gym no matter how much it frustrates me. I remember I went to the gym on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I would get on the treadmill and I walked for 30 minutes. And walking in those 30 minutes, I would cry because every time I would come back to the mirror, I still look the same. You know, like, oh God, I'm this far off, and I didn't sweat and I'm drenched and I absolutely look the same, but I got to stay here. And it was then I went out and I got a journal and I was like, I have to write these feelings down because the more that they're in my head, the more that I tell myself I'm not okay. The rituals and the behaviors and the things that I'm saying to myself somewhere along the line, which is why I wrote, I made this okay. Somewhere along the line, I said, it's only just 10 pounds. It's only just a whatever. All I got to do is go get another shirt. All I got to go do is do another thing. Now I'll take that over into your business. In business, where have you said it's okay to stay where I am? When have you said that? When did you just say, okay, well, I'll just get up a little late. I'll just do this. I'll just show up half tail. Somewhere you made that decision. For me, I had to go back and realize where I made the decision was when I was a size 16. I stopped measuring. I didn't even have a scale in my house. I didn't have one anymore. I had no accountability. I wasn't trying. I wasn't doing anything. I was just feeling good. Making myself feel it's okay to go to Sharks and have a 6-piece perch with some barbecue sauce and fries because it makes me feel good. And the more that I kept doing that with my discipline and my rituals, I was recreating what I had saw before me. Then I had to own that if I wanted to go back the other way, I had to sit in the space of saying, this is not okay. Not because of sight, Had nothing to do with seeing me, because guess what? People go, oh my God, you were beautiful back then. I never told you I wasn't cute. I never said I wasn't cute. What I said was, is I'm not healthy. My knee hurts. My husband is pushing me up out of the bed. I remember going down the slide and getting stuck with my kids, trying to slide down them, and my hips is like, yo. But yeah, I sat there and said, I'm curvy. No, you're not curvy when you're getting stuck in a slide. You're overweight. You're out of control. Your discipline needs to be checked. You are disciplining yourself in the negative, but you're not disciplining yourself in the positive. You want to know why? Because it feels good to eat that chicken, and it feels good to eat that fish. It feels good to call yourself curvy. It feels good to walk by and somebody whistle. But in all actuality, have you met your standards for yourself? I did an amazing little 6-minute that I put on my Facebook page, and I'm going to upload to my Instagram, that says how you see yourself versus how other people see you, and then ego versus standard. It's huge. Go check it out. It's like 6 minutes. It's huge. So one of the things, and I'm going to give you the how-tos, in which in changing those behaviors is you have to, number one, know why you're doing what you're doing. Have you ever heard people say that why is so important? It is. It is. Why you're doing what you're doing is synonymous with you. You can't do what you're doing for anybody else. You can't decide you want to do more in your business. You can't decide you want to do more in your body until you have made the connection with why you want to do it for you. And how do you find that? You have to find your motivation. What is it? Motivation is one of those things, I'm telling you, swinging your pendulum. Woo, swinging the pendulum. Once you get that bad boy going, you better keep that sucker going, because it is hard to get it back. Why are you motivated to change? What is it? Because obviously you're here right now for something, right? Why are you here? Write that down. Why did I show up this morning? I purposefully do my trainings at 8 a.m. to set the tone of day. So what made you let that alarm go off or shift everything else to call yourself to 8 a.m.? Why? Why did you do that? If you're at work right now and you got your earphones in, what is calling you to this? Write it down. Are you sick and tired of sick and tired? Are you realizing that your 16 is a 24? Are you realizing that you got 2 butts in the back? I'm so happy I can laugh at that now, because at one point in time, that mess was not funny to me. It wasn't. I'll even share with you now, I'm going through a season where I'm changing, and I decided in this season, in my motivation, I wanted to help other women for free, because I wanted to give every bit of knowledge and what I had away. So therefore it would hold me accountable, because guess what? In my motivation, what I learned is I would do for others. My motivation is I would pour. I'm a pourer. I would give it just so you won't quit. And so I was like, okay, I remember when I was posting online, y'all, I was on season 15's The Biggest Loser. And what I did not realize of myself, and I learned of myself through my journaling, was the more that I showed up and the more that people told me, Tracy, you've caused me to change. I'm doing the same thing. I've adopted some of your principles on myself, that I would show up more just because I didn't want to let somebody else go. And I was like, wow, that was a motivating factor. Well, I realized, where do I show up for others again? In motivation. Where do I show up to teach others? And I was like, man, that's minuscule. Now what I'm doing is I'm doing it for myself. And sometimes it's not enough, because guess what? I am somebody who's very disciplined. So to cause a mass level of actual change, you don't have a whole bunch of people in which you're changing. And guess what, girl? You need that. And it's not about charging people for anything. Sometimes it's about finding that motivation factor that works for you. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing this, if you ask me. Now, guess what? And I put on this thing about ego versus whatever. Some people will mistake ego versus standard. Some people will mistake this as ego as saying, hey, she's doing this because she wants everybody to see her. Forget y'all. Just so y'all know that right now today, forget you. I ain't doing this for you. I'm not doing this so you can see me. I know who I am. I'm great. I'm amazing. Right? I'm doing this because in my next season, I want to change others. And in order to be able to change others, I have to change myself to be the change agent to change you. That's why. But when people see you, it's usually what they think of themselves. It is. It's what they think. When people place limitations, it's because they're limiting in their own thought. So you must I don't see myself as grandiose. So being that you keep showing up grandiose, you must think you all that. Because in your mind, you don't think you that. So then you want to put that off on somebody else. No, ma'am. What you see is standard. I'm not meeting my standards that I've set for myself. My visual standards, my mental standards, my business standards. So in order to get those standards together, I got to stand in uncomfort. And uncomfort is being amongst somebody else where you don't want to be. And that's where I am right now. I don't want, like, listen, I look great. Again, I'm not in a bad space. But guess what I like? I like a cut right here in my physical. I like to get up in the morning and I like to output. You know, I want to talk to others around me. That's why I have so many standards, not ego, of what it takes to be in my space. Because I desire certain things for myself. And guess what? If you don't have standards for yourself, you allow other people to set them for you. That's why it's imperative to be confident and understand who you are. Then when people see you in your, and then when other people flip and they say it's not an ego, they say it's standard. Those are the people who have standards of their life. They go, you know what? I want to talk to her. She's smart. It's all how they see you, which is very careful not to see you how they see you. See you how you see you. Where's your next level of where it is that you're going? Where's your level of standard in which you're calling to yourself? Own that. And if you've dropped off in your discipline, that's why you're here today, and your good side of your discipline because you want it back. Find what motivates you. What is it? What is it? Like, what motivates you? And you know how people say it can't be money? Some people are money motivated. Shoot, if you're money motivated, use your money, girl. Go count your coins every morning. What is it for you? Don't let anybody tell you what your motivation is. What is it for you? For me, I want to show up as my highest self. I want to show up. I want to see my highest self mentally, as a woman, as a mom. I want to show up as my highest self. As a businesswoman, I want to show up as my highest self. As when I see myself physically, I want to show up as my highest self. And those are standards that I have for myself. So I got to keep going because I don't see my highest self. I see an amazing woman, but I don't see my highest self. So I have to hold me accountable to that. And in holding me accountable to that, I want to hold somebody else accountable to it. Because I know, here's my motivation. I will do for myself, but I'll do even more when I know somebody else is watching and they need it too. They need it too. Not need to shine me, but they need it too. So I'm going to do it. What's yours? Write that down. What's your motivation? What had you here this morning? That's usually an indicator. And guess what? If you are somebody who's sitting here going, I don't know, that's normal. Because sometimes we're pushing and doing so many things for other people that we forget to take care of ourselves. We forget why we doing what we doing. When I went from that 16 to that 24, y'all, I was out of sight, out of mind of what was supposed to be for me. I wasn't thinking of it no more. I was just doing. I was just existing. So that can happen. Take some time there, though. Take some time to answer that thing for yourself. Now, in order to find your motivation, you have to find, is it for others? And yes, I'm reading notes. And I'll be posting notes. I'd love to post my notes from what's coming from my mind frame. Like I was sharing notes, but I'm actually going to share some excerpts in here too of what's coming from my mind frame. Do you want to help others? So many times even too, it's appreciating. And some people are here for appreciation of life, of where God has placed them in their life. Like, I want to be more appreciative. My motivation factor is I want to be appreciative for what God has given me. I always tell people, you can't get next season until you appreciate what you have. Is it for others? Is it for yourself? Once you find out what your motivating factor is, then you have to start taking action. You have to take action. Now, how many of y'all said my coach is Tony Robbins? And even in here, I could tell some people who are influenced by Tony when they say take massive action. How many of y'all heard that? Take massive action towards your goals. And then people don't feel good when they don't take massive action. But I'm here to tell you there's a step before massive action. It's called small action. And It's called small action before you can be massive. Now, how do you lose 130 pounds? You lose 130 pounds 1 pound at a time. How do you increase your account? You increase it by $100 increments, $20, $1 increments. You can't get ambassador until you cannot say, here is where I tell people all the time that I've had people come into my business and I showed them the chart. Where do you want to be on the chart? I want to be Black Diamond. But yeah, I can hardly get them the executive. Girl, listen, you can get there, but you're going to have to climb this chart. You got to be exec. You have to go emerald. No, ruby. Then you have to go emerald. Then you have to go diamond. Then you have to go double. Then you got to go triple. Then you got to go presidential. Then you got to get ambassador. Then you got to go Black Diamond. There are steps to this. You don't just jump to this. If I showed you a staircase right now and you looked at the top of the staircase, how many of y'all stand at the staircase and it's 20 stairs and you go, oh my God, let's jump to 20. Do you naturally do that? No, you do not. You walk up one stair at a time until you get to the top. And then when you get better, anybody ever been to them little showboat people at the gym? They can't walk one stair. They got to walk every other stair. So I've been looking up, be like, so, and they'll walk in and then their quads is popping and doing whatever. And you want to know what? But if you go in your mind, you go, at one point, you got to be careful. At one point, they used to walk one stair. And now that they can do a little bit more and their quads are a little bit stronger and their butt is a little bit higher and their abs is okay, they can skip stairs. And then if you take yourself around in the gym, guess what? You'll look at some other people, box jumpers. They got good knees. I remember when I had good knees. I do. There was one point in time I had some good knees. Well, I could stand and then jump all the way to the top and then they get back off and then and then they go and then they jump again. Right? And then you have some that are over on the bench press and they got multiple plates and they slapping their chest and then they're bench pressing and they're pushing. They're taking massive action. But where you'll screw yourself is you forgot they were at the staircase at one point, taking one step at a time. Because you're over there paying so much attention to massive action, you have forgotten they had to take one step at a time, 2 steps at a time. Box jumping, now they're lifting. People only tend to see and hear you when you're showing up at your best. You just have to know that. It's one of those, it is what it is. When you're struggling and down and out and things aren't going the way they used to, no one sees you. Because guess what? You are rewarded for the things that you do in private that show up as permanent, not perfect. So by the time you get to your discipline, by the time you get to your highest self, it's all the small actions that you were taking that allow you to show up to give massive action, and not everybody pays attention to you. Now you're on the stage at conference. Now everybody is paying attention to you and they're like, oh my God, what are those things that what you did? I want to do them. I want to do them too. It was small actions, but we put such low value on small actions. A penny times 100 is $1. $1. One single times 100 singles is $100. Be careful not to only place the value on the $100 bill, because it started from somewhere. It started from somewhere. It started from somewhere. You start from somewhere. You start from your small actions. Your small actions. You want to lose weight, but yet you going to the gym trying to work out for 2 hours. Girl, no. How about you try 5 minutes? Get on something that causes y'all. I cannot stand the stair machine. I'm hippie. I got butt and thighs. The Stairmaster is only good. This is what I try to tell trainers. The Stairmaster only feel good to people who do not have lower halves. When you have thighs, hips, and whatever, that is a struggle within the first minute. Within the first minute, it doesn't feel good. But if you cause that your nemesis and you don't get on it, you can't master it. Your thighs won't get smaller, girl. I know. They won't. They won't. So how do you tackle the Stairmaster if that's your frustration? You go on for 1 minute. Stay on until you can't get off. Don't stay on until your brain is going, I can't do this. It's horrible. It's frustrating. I can't. Because all you're doing now is you're causing yourself not to want to do it. Be gentle on your brain. Go on for 1 minute until you can get to 2. And then celebrate. Too many times people go, I'm not going to celebrate until I get to an hour. Celebrate your small wins, because your small wins turn into medium wins, turn into big wins, turn into massive action. That's how you get disciplined, is you start small. And don't let nobody tell you what your version of small is. If you want to know how you find accountability partners and people who are good in your life, tell them your small goals, your small ones. Don't tell them your large dreams. Tell them your small ones. Do it your small ones. They go, girl, don't do that. I was just sharing with somebody. I find more, you know what? I find more of my passion is in coaching. Y'all, I could sell my behind off. If I get you in front of me, I could 300 BV you all day long. Could do it. It's just how I function. That's not why I'm here. Why I'm here is I love to coach, teach, develop. I like to see actions of change. It's one of the reasons why I was a hairstylist. And I focused in non-surgical hair replacement and getting women who had nothing into something. It was to see her smile. It was to see her be made. She was happy. And I was like, man, I did that. When she came in here, she was crying. Now she's smiling. I'm a change agent. I like to see change. So I had to get good with that. And that's why I'm here. Now my reward will come that I will promote. I'll get money. But guess what? I'm one of those stories. I wasn't broke when I came here. I'm not broke now. I wasn't broke. So I was like, why are you here? What is motivating you to stay? It's to show another woman how to do this. So that's my change agent. I want you to come by and tell me, oh my God, Trayce, I stayed on this for 5 more minutes and it worked. I cleaned my house. Oh my God, I balanced. Y'all, my kids are teens. I'm an entrepreneur for 20 years. They were a baby to teenagers. So I want somebody to come back and tell me, oh my God, I was able to feed the kids, do my business, get my body together, and now people think I'm Superwoman. Change agent, want to see that. Like, that's what I'm here for. Because I want to see that. But again, somebody's ego versus standard will show up on me. And I'm telling you, because it happened to you. She just wants everybody to listen to her. I'm amazing. I'm telling you that because I've been in the seat before. I know what the seat looks like. And when everybody see me, what you don't see is ego. You see experience. You see expert. You see somebody that has fallen and gotten up. She has fallen more times and she has gotten up more times than she's fallen. That's what you see. Now I'm going, can I create more people that fall and get okay with it and go, ha, 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 I'm going to get back up? I can, I will, I must. So that's why I teach you, start small, get okay with small. Do 5 minutes, turn them into 10 minutes. Turn them into 20. If you don't know where you're going, if you don't know the last step in which you are, you'll never know how far you've come from. That's one of the reasons why I love to journal. Any client I've ever had, I always make them bust out with a journal. And they're like, I don't want to write. Well, then you have to voice something because you're going to learn to measure. You're going to learn to measure where you came from because sometimes you don't see it. You don't see that now I'm a little bit better than where I was. And that's something to celebrate because that's how you cause discipline. That's how you create change. You don't bake it. You don't take the things in the cake. Think about this. You don't take all the mixtures in the bowl, put it in there. You put it in the oven and then bam, it's out. It has to bake. It has to take time. Anybody ever made pot roast in a slow cooker? It's all day to get it tenderized. But now what we've done is we've inserted the microwave and we've inserted the Instapot. Because now what we're doing is we're training ourselves that things need to happen more faster. So then if you're in your life, everything happens fast. And then as soon as something doesn't go okay, you're training yourself. You're creating the discipline to think that it doesn't take time. It should be faster. When in all actuality, it takes time for anything worth having, anything worth changing. Small actions. Discomfort training to create discipline. Who the heck wants to be in something they don't want to do? It is frustrating. One of the reasons, and I wrote this down, one of the reasons we don't have self-discipline is because we run from hard and uncomfortable things. We would rather do the easy, comfortable, familiar thing. So instead of facing our hard, uncomfortable project or finances, we run to distraction. Video games, TV show, going shopping, jumping on the phone, causing yourself to think you're busy because everybody texting you and you got to stop in the middle. I can't get this done because they keep calling me. My team needs this. My team needs me. Do they really? Oh no, I had to go feed the baby. She just ate 30 minutes ago. You got to feed her again. All these distractions we place because we don't want to be discomfort. We don't want to be in discomfort. The reality is, running from discomfort is ruining your life. It does not allow you to grow because you don't want to be uncomfortable. So therefore, what keeps happening is you keep rolling on up. Anybody ever had, how many of you all had babies? Do y'all remember when the baby was coming down out the canal? Woo! And then it would slip back and go back. And then you push, and then she slip back. And you're like, come out of there. Like, come on. I wanted to talk her through. And I remember this is one of my babies. She was 10 pounds. And they would not cut me. I was like, please, stop doing this. Stop trying to stretch it. Just get her out. She's 10 pounds. Just let her keep going. Now, I want you to take that into life. Every time you get to discomfort and you slip back, I want you to insert the thought process of deliverance. Delivery comes in discomfort. But if you keep sliding back, keep starting over, you're creating the old hell that is in your life. Oh, hell. Because you don't want to move past it. You don't want to go past it. So every time it gets a little uncomfortable, you slide and then you go back, and you slide and you go back. Think about that baby that's trying to come on out, that's trying to be delivered, but you want to hold on to it. You got to bust through it. You have to understand to welcome discomfort. And until you settle, when you're delivering, until you settle, and then you go, okay, and you get your focal point and you push and you go. It isn't until you get that body relaxed and you get that frustration and you get to that push that you can actually do what's called delivery. Same thing in life. Same thing in life. You have to know uncomfortable, walk up to uncomfort and understand it's part of the process. In order to deliver, you have to be uncomfortable. Then you have to learn to get your focal point. You have to learn to relax. You have to go through it. Now, how many of you all have multiple kids? Now, remember how painful that was? You was crazy enough to do it again. I always say that. And every time I would get back, I have 3. I would get back to the delivery part, and I would remember, like, now why I'm walking around? Now, why in the world did I do this again? I did this again? And then you remember, you call from all those actions in which you've gone through. You remember, I did this before. So in those moments, you go, what did I do? Okay, I got the focal point in the wall. Okay, and then I do. Oh, I breathe like this. No, I went like this. My husband told me to breathe. Okay. Because see, now you become an expert. You've done it before. So being that you've done it before, you can do it again. And you realize the baby ain't going to stay in the body. I don't want it to stay in there. So what do I have to do? I have to do what? What do you got to do? Push. I have to push. I have to push. I have to go past. I have to go over. I have to do it again. I have to keep going. And then how many of y'all had one more? The world, am I thinking? I'm thinking that when y'all get down here, I'm about to tell y'all tie these tubes. That's what I'm thinking. Hey, I'm over. Are you sure? I had all my kids before 30. Are you sure? It's a man asking me this. Bro, give me the paper. I'm all the way sure. I'm done. I'm done. But then when I get in there again, I remember I've done this now. This is the third time. Now I'm a vet, yo. All right. Somebody get the ball. Somebody get the ice. All right. Find the focal point. All right. In my bag, I know to pack oils. Somebody pack peppermint. That stinks. I need lavender. Husband, go get the yellow balls. Rub them in my back. I get back labor. Rub them in my back. All right. Put on some music. Hey, this person was in the delivery room the last time. They get on my nerve. Tell them to stay at home. Okay. I understand you want your mama here, but no, it's me and you. Can't. Last time, Do you see what happened? Do you see how you've been in this space before? But if you don't journal, if you don't write it down, you haven't celebrated the fact that you went through something. Y'all, that is the hardest thing. One of the hardest things. I tell my husband all the time, if y'all had to deliver, we wouldn't be no people here. We'd be dinosaurs. But you've done that. You've been there. You've done that. How many of you have degrees? It ain't fun. It ain't fun being up at night where everybody kicking in and you studying. How many of you are married? And everybody want that, huh? You like, oh, okay. Yeah, you think it's cute. Oh, you want the dress. I get it. You want the honeymoon. Oh, okay. But if you've been there for a bit of time, you understand you've been through. You've had to communicate. You've had to change some things. You had to align yourself. You've had to pray yourself. How many of y'all done this? Lord, listen. He's yours. He's your child. Okay? You handle him because I don't know what else to do. How many of you been there? And then you're still there, right? Because you've made it through. So whatever it is that you're looking to do at this point in time, realize, guess what? Some people don't even realize how much of a warrior they are because they're too busy watching other warriors at their different season, not understanding I've warriored through mine. I've been a warrior. I've survived. I'm okay. And you'll be okay again. But what you got to do is be willing to be uncomfortable. Be willing to be discomforted. Understand it's part of the process and you can make it. Because guess what? You did before. Another thing in being disciplined is to be mindful of your urges. Write that down. Be mindful of your urges. So when you're trying to be better than, do you run to the internet? Do you get on Facebook? See, some people in this business and they on Facebook not doing this business. They on here just lurking. They on here wishing. I wish I had that. I wish I was doing that. And yet you're tricking yourself into thinking you're actually doing your business. But what you're out here doing is you're lurking. You're not growing. You're not growing your business. You're just on Instagram. But you are messaging. Do you watch TV? What are your triggers? When you get tired, do you resort to the TV? If you want to lose weight, do you eat bad? That was mine. I was an emotional eater. Okay, listen, think about this. The same person that goes to get the Twinkie is the same person that goes to get the apple. It is. It's the same person. However, it's a choice. Oh no, it's calling me. It's not calling you. You decided. You decided to walk to the cabinet. You decided to go get the Twinkie. You could have went to the refrigerator. You stopped at the cabinet. So you have to be mindful of what your urges are. Now here's the thing that you got to do. You want to make a change? remove your urges. If you know you have a hard time with sweets, why are they in your home, in your face? Why? If you know you have a hard time going to the restaurant, why are all your friends the one that want to go to the restaurants? If you know you have a hard time being disciplined in your business, why do you keep talking to the person that keeps letting you call them and talk negative about the business that pays you? Why is that? Want to know why? Because you're not being mindful of the things that urge you. Negativity loves company. And guess what? Positivity loves company. It does. Both. But it's your choice. Which one are you going to do? If you're somebody who cannot stay off of the internet, maybe you need some time down and you need to unplug your router. Maybe that's what you got to do for yourself. You got to remove and be mindful of the urges that cause you to do the negative action. Just as you have to be mindful of the urges that cause you to have positive action. You have to be mindful of them. So if you're not writing them down, which is the thing that I said, hey, some people don't want to journal. They don't want to write it. Well, you better video it. You better do it on down. So therefore you can measure it and you know what the heck you're trying to do. To whom does not want to be held, to be measured, does not want to be held accountable. If you don't want to measure where you are, you don't want to be held accountable. When one wants to lose weight, they have to measure the food. They have to measure how much calories they're burning. When one wants to get better in business, you got to get up and check your e-suite. You have to reach out to your team. You have to message your customers. You got to know how many messages that it takes in order to get a yes. You have to measure that. I can't come to you and ask you what's your chart and you tell me you don't have one. Oh, so you don't want to grow in your business. That's what you're telling me. You expect it to happen. It doesn't happenstance does not happen. Life does not happen to us. It's a series of our decisions in which we make that get us what we desire. It's a series of our decisions. So if you don't understand that these are your urges, then you just keep walking into them head on and you're like, but why is my life this way? Well, because you don't want to measure it. You don't want to write it down. You don't want to work on it. If you talk negative all the time, you are working on something. You're working on being negative. You're working on I don't like all this negative energy around me. Well, are you manifesting it? Everything that comes out of your mouth, is it negative? Do you never not have anything positive to say? Anytime something goes on, are you always, check this, are you always the one to jump on up anytime something isn't right and you can point it out? I knew that wasn't gonna work. Why did you know that? Why are you always that person? I tell that to people when they come around me. Oh, girl, did you hear about such and such? No, because I wasn't looking for it. I'm not looking for that. Don't call me no mess in the morning. I tell that all the time. Hey, Tracy, can you talk? No. You know why? Because I know what you breed is negativity, and I'm telling you, go away. I don't want it. I'm mindful of urges. I'm mindful of negativity. I don't want it, so I have to be mindful of who's negative cannot stay. Can't stay. Gotta go. Next one, interval training. Write this code down. You ready? At 5 p.m. today, Central Standard Time, I'm going to teach you right now interval training. I'm going to give you those, but I'm going to do an exercise for you to teach you how to interval train yourself. The code is 737-077-284. 737-077-284. The password is interval. 737-077-284, password interval. Okay? So interval training, what is that? Anybody ever trained interval? Interval training, where you like, you go real fast at this time, you step back. Go real fast at this time, you step back. Interval training is a training in which we do physically in the body that causes actions of change. But most people don't realize that that's actually what you need to do to create your discipline. You need to interval train yourself. How does one do that? Number one, you set your intention to practice self-discipline and not hurt yourself anymore. You set your intention. I'm going to stop hurting me. This ain't working. I need to get this going. Number two, you set a task to focus on: writing, drawing, strengthening, meditating, doing your business, whatever it is. You set a task that you're going to focus on. You set a timer. Once you set the timer, say for instance, 10 minutes is too much, set it for 5. Then what you're going to do is slightly increase the task over time. So say for instance, it's doing host a post. I told everybody, a lot of people, hey, host posts work, but that is a lot. That's a lot, ain't it? Don't you think so? So for me, I know how many host posts I can do before I get frustrated. So what I've decided to do is take everything down, turn phone on airplane mode, sit with my phone and go for it for that time frame. And then when the alarm goes off, I'm done. That's interval training. Now what I've gotten myself to is I can do more of those. I can do more, because what it really is the juggle. It's not the host post itself. It's the juggle of how many things you got to do at a time. And what it's really showing you is your mastery at being able to do multiple things. That's why it causes anxiety when you do it. It's showing you maybe you can only do 2. It is what it is. So it's showing you your behaviors in your life. Actually, it's an indicator. It's an indicator for how many things in which you can do. Number 4, do nothing but sit there and watch your urges. Does it push you into discomfort doing this task? Whatever the task is, does it put you into discomfort? When the time goes off, you're going to give yourself a break and you're going to repeat it. And give yourself a break and you're going to repeat. That's interval training to discipline yourself. Interval training is amazing. It's amazing. I love to coach through a life coach. I love to coach people through that, because then what they want to do is they want to jump off. Oh, I don't want to do this no more, Tracy. I don't want to talk about that. Okay, let's back up. And then we go talk about something else. And then we come back. Okay, let's talk. But in order to change, you have to interval train. You got to be willing to be discomforted, because you will be. You got to get that muscle to understand that discomfort is a part of growth. When you accept it, you step up to the plate different. Remember that baby? Gotta have multiples, right? Wouldn't you say each time it was different? And it was because you went off of past experiences, and that's what you're going to do here in your interval training. Also, to be disciplined, there is, and I'm coming down to the last 3, you have to focus on others. That's why give back is so important. When you want to be disciplined, what is it? Are you doing this for your kids? Are you doing this to be more healthier? Are you doing this for me? I told my people and my team, I always tell people, if you want your team to show up, it has to show up in you first. What you do is what's around you. You can't say, I want everybody else to be an amazing person, but you're not willing to be amazing. I want all my team to be reading, but you don't read. I want my team to do host a post, but you don't host a post. But yet you find every bit to point the finger at what they're not doing. Are you this person in your business? They ain't doing this. They ain't doing that. They ain't that. No. It's a song. Whoa, dance to it, because Lord, I'm sick of hearing of it. Are you? Are you tired of it yet? So focus on other people to get what you ask. You want to cause change? Change self. Once you change self, you change others, because people model behavior. Anybody ever been to a dance class? I can teach you. Anybody ever been to a dance class? And you're sitting and you're dancing? Girl, somebody's outside. I was like, is they coming in here? And you're dancing and you're standing behind the teacher, right? And they're about to show you a move. And then they get to moving. And you don't know what to do. But when the teacher says here, what do? You take and you move. Then they tell you to take 2 steps to the right. And then what do? 2 steps to the right. And then 2 steps to the left. And then 2 steps to the back. Before you know it, you're doing the line dance because you're following the leader. That's the reason why businesses like this tend to take people out. They think they're scams. You know why? Because they haven't learned to master themselves. So therefore, how can they master anybody else? They're looking to pick and go, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this. But until they learn that I am the person that causes the change in my business, in my chart. So guess what? If I get up in the morning and I work out, they'll get up and work out. If I'm an amazing product of the product, they'll be the product of the product. And those who have made that level of discipline within themselves, they promote. Do you see why personal development and learning self is more important than actually, if you want your pocket to change, you must change. You must not be a point agent. They ain't doing this. They can't do this. I'm sick of them. They ain't doing this. Why is all your attention on other people that way? Because see, that's negative. But you can positively do change by fixing the one person you wake up with every day. And that's yourself. Victories. Victories are in successes and failures. We only see being victorious when we reach the mountaintop, when everybody, keep in mind, you are praised for what you do in private. So when you reach a show me the money call or whatever, don't nobody know all of what the nights you stayed on up for, all of what you had to do to get to where it is that you were, because we tend to praise the after. But it is your small efforts that get you your level of promotion, your level of next season. It's all of the sitting in the discomfort that you did that now people will praise. But there's victory in success and failure. Failure says, I tried. Now, if your baby was walking and toddling and she fell and she's learning to walk, would you tell her, you're a failure? That's not good. Or would you say, good job, baby? Come on. The more you keep doing it, the better you're going to be. Same grace you have over your children, same grace that you have over people, have that same grace over you. You're going to fail. It's a part of the process, but you learn in failure. So to become disciplined, welcome failure and sit back and figure out when I did wrong, what could I do different next time? Okay, I tried to go diamond this month. What did I do? Let's sit back. It's one of the reasons why every beginning of the month I've shared with my team, I always go sit back and do an assessment on the first of the month. What did I do well? What can I do better? And then push after that the next month. What can I do better? I'm going to fail. I'm going to walk around y'all. If I tell y'all, I am going prez. I'm almost started for it. But I'm going to hold my head high every time I walk around you, but I don't get it. Because there's a lot of failures that have to come to go prez. Y'all, prez is 100,000 in volume. Yo, I'm going to fall on my face a lot. There are other people that are attached to me that have to learn to get themselves together too. So I'm going to hold my head high. I'm not going to hold my head low. I'll say this. I have some people on my team, and I'm going to say this in this season or in this level of discipline. We have this thing that they say is when people aren't doing well, you know when they aren't doing well, because y'all see where the camera is, and then when they're not doing well, maybe at the middle of the month, their face go here. And then when they doing even more, you see the top of their head. This is what you see. Girl, pick your head up. You are not your business. Your worth isn't your business. What you are is failing at the moment to learn to do better. Hold your head up high, embrace it, keep going, learn, ask questions, get around people who have been where you have been and are going where you're going. Ask more questions. Be relentless. Don't come out that thing. Don't suffer alone. Ask questions. We've all been through it. You're no different than anybody else. Successful people have failed numerous times. They can tell you about it. They know it in your behavior. They be like, oh, girl, listen. We just gonna do it again. There's victory and success and failure. You learn from both. You don't just learn when you win. You learn when you fail. Write them down and get around somebody else that has failed that way too, and see what they're doing, and they're doing differently. What are they doing different? Don't study someone's success. Study their behavior. See what they're doing different than what you're doing. Try to adopt that behavior. But stay in the discomfort, because that's where you're going to be. That's where you're going to grow from. Get support. This is my last one for you in discipline. Get some support. You're going to need it. Is it a podcast you listen to? Is it a person that you talk to? Is it an accountability partner? What is it? Get you some support around you. Is it your husband? Is it your daughter? Sometimes our kids can be so, my baby, mommy, you got it. You're amazing. I need to listen to her more. Because it's in those seasons. She went to hug me. I remember the time she went to hug me when I was losing weight. And then she's like, oh my God, Mom, I can put my hands around you. And I cried. Oh, thank you, baby girl. Mommy needs to hear that. Can you say that? Can you hug mommy in the morning? Let mommy know you can put your arms all the way around and you can touch the other side. Because that was amazing. Thank you. Appreciate that. Get your support, because you're going to need it. It can come in different places. Is it posting online? Is it through other people? Stop being so passive aggressive. When people go, other people I don't know support me more than people that do. Well, then stop talking to the people that do. Talk to the people that don't. Get what you came for. Stop wanting it in all the areas in which it's not supposed to be. If this doesn't motivate you, stop it. If he doesn't motivate you, get away from them. If it's your closest, you know how people say, hey, you find out who your friends are when they don't support your business. That is bull. That statement is bull. And I always hear people say that when they say that, I know that they're infants in entrepreneurship. Walmart is not here because the family is the only one that supports the business. They're here because the public supports the business. If you went into business so all of your family members around you can support your business, then you should quit. Because that's not why you went to business. It's not my job to support every friend that I have and go buy everything she got. What if I don't want it? What if it's not for me in my season? So why I have to support you because you out here loving greens? I don't love greens. I'm not ready to make that change in my life. She's still your friend. That's because she doesn't come on your team and she has not decided she wants to. This is a business, guys. This is a business. So just because they don't want to join your business, how in the world do people X people out of their life because they don't want to join a business? That's decisions. Not everyone is an entrepreneur. Not everyone is an entrepreneur. It's a learned skill. It's a lot of personal development that goes with being an entrepreneur. Everybody wants the money. Everybody wants the check, but you don't want to do the work required. But yet you done lost some amazing friends because they were just there to support you. They were there when your business was going wrong to tell you, girl, you got it. You're amazing. But just you done kicked her off to the side because she ain't joined your team. Selfish is what that is. I hate that meme. It gets on my nerves. People decide to join you and do their business for their reasons. Their home life. If they're looking to change. That's why they do it. That's the reason why in my sales training, I teach people it is your job to get them to understand why they do what they do, why they're going to buy from you. It is not for you to now to size yourself up and say, I'm not a good person because they told me no. They told themselves no. So do not screw. I see too many entrepreneurs screw their support system. They were there for you. They were trying to help you. They were trying to tell you were amazing, but because they didn't buy products or because they didn't join your business, now you didn't deem they're not supporting of me. That's not fair. It's not okay. My business grew in my beauty business. I did not want my family. I still don't to this day. I do not want to sign all of my closest friends. I don't want them. I don't want them. I want people who want my product. I want people who want to be in my business. And when I look down on my chart, I want other people who want to be in their businesses, that have their own reasons and their goals, and they show up. That's who I want. I pray over this chart every single day. Lord, who is supposed to be here today? Don't get like, oh my God, I went diamond with this person. Maybe that's not who you're going double diamond with. Maybe the end of their season was diamond. Maybe that was it. You get new people. There's sprinters and they're marathoners. Have you ever looked at the difference in the body frame of sprinters and marathoners? They don't look the same. You ever looked at a dancer's body versus a tennis player's body? They're different. They train different. In order to be in business and for order for you to go to the top, it requires people that train differently. You're not going to get to the top with people who only want to be at the bottom. That's why it's mindful. Remember when I taught you all there's a training that I have about the 7 steps of something. I forgot which one. I just did it, and it's going to come to me in a second. Just fill my brain about how to become organized. There you go, how to become organized. And you got to declutter and declutter often. Some people are so cluttered in their way of thought, they can't get to the next level. And they always telling me what they can't do. And they always placing hurdles in front of them. So in my new season, the person that does not place hurdles in front of herself, I have to be gentle on her and tell her I absolutely love you. But I learned how to jump over hurdles. So I got to keep going. And then I'm looking for other people that want to jump over hurdles. Be careful with hoarding. Hoarding things that are not for you and trying to be disciplined. Because if that thing ain't for you, you got to let that thing go. You got to let that go. You got to pray and ask for other people who are in you with your season. Are they supposed to be in the season? I can tell you clear as day, and I'm speaking life. I can tell you clear as day that the chart that I have right now that is for triple is not the chart that I'm probably going to have for presidential. Because to get $100,000 in volume takes some marathoners. And some I have as sprinters. Do I see them as being less than? No. It's my job to encourage you of where you are. But it's also my job to make sure I go get some business and go find some marathoners as well as my sprinters. Because guess what? It takes pennies. 100 pennies is $1, right? 100 singles is $100. It's where you place your value. What do you value? So, gave you some great information and discipline. It probably wasn't the one that you thought. It probably wasn't the actions in which you thought that needed to occur in which to discipline yourself, which is why I'm in here to give them, because it gives back to me. Like every time I got to research and put together a training, it make me go back to my own notes and be like, ooh, I need to do some more of that. I need to strengthen some more in that area. So that's why I'm doing interval training with you all, because guess what? I want to interval train in some areas of myself too. So at 5 p.m. today, I asked people saying, what is the 5 p.m. training? The 5 p.m. training is interval training. Interval training. Interval training. So I'm going to teach you how to do those steps. We're going to call to action some things in which you want to change. So please think about some things that you want to train with, you want to change with, you want to become disciplined in, and we're going to work them through together. So this will be an active assignment, okay? It won't just be one where you're listening to me. You're going to do these things with me, and we're going to interval train ourselves together. So what is that change agent you want to do? Do you want to lose some weight? You want to get better at your business? You want to become more organized? What is it that you want to do? We're going to do that together. I already know what mine is. I already know what it is. I'm going to put it on the table, and we're going to interval train that thing together. So we're actually going to do an active exercise. Okay? An active exercise we're going to do. Brittany said, Lord Jesus. Yes, girl, you're going to practice. Okay, I have a question. Let me see. What do you do and I'm not going to tell you who it was. What do you do when you are the person who constantly pours into all roles? My leader is going through a lot. She's an ambassador, and I am on her 2.0 team. I can lead myself, but I don't have someone to consistently be led by. I want to pour into others, but I love it, but it's lonely. Yes, it gets lonely at the top. It funnels. You ever seen that picture of the world versus what it is to follow Christ? You ever seen that? And the world is so many people, everybody kicking it, getting drunk or whatever. And then when you make your choice that you want to follow Christ, it gets narrow. It's narrow on that road. Okay, number one, you got to understand it's narrow on that road. Learn the beauty in the narrow road. You don't need everybody else to get something accomplished. You need to be responsible for yourself. So as you're growing, what I'll tell you right now, even in the question, and I won't say who it is, in the question, you're looking peripherally. You're watching everyone else. And it's not about everybody else. It's about your levels and your goals. If you know you like to pour, pour. No one's stopping you from pouring. Keep pouring into others. Also keep looking for others. See, when you're a pourer and when you're positive, remember what I told you, you will attract negative and positive versus what you output. So if you don't look peripherally and watch what everybody else is doing, before you know it, you will have attracted more positive. I'll tell you this, without telling you who you are, that's how you just attracted me. Do you see that? So follow what you like. Who's going to pour into you? Who is your mentor? Who do you like to listen to? You don't have to talk to a mentor, people, every day. You don't. That's what screws people. I'm not your leader. God is your leader. That's who leads all things. But maybe you have a favorite person that you need to jump on that person's podcast because they're speaking into life to you at that moment. Right? Maybe you need to go see this YouTube channel. Maybe it is somebody who's close to you and you need to call her and say, girl, I just want to let you know that I absolutely love you. And thank you so much for always being positive around me because, man, I have some things that are not of what I desire, but it's just one person in which I see. So you hold on to that one person. That is how it goes until you cause more to come towards you. Be patient with that process. It is more people that are going to tell you things are not going to go well than people are going to tell you that it's going to go well. Just so you know that. More people don't see the light at the end of the tunnel than those that do. But if you focus on those that do not see the light at the end of the tunnel, you're going to become the next one. So that's why it's careful. If you're looking on your chart and you ain't got nobody else that's moving, you need a new chart. You can't keep looking at people and things that don't do what they need to do. This is the beauty of this business that I love is I get to choose who I work with. I don't wake up every morning and talk to people who aren't doing anything. I look down these things. I go through y'all messages too when you all say something and they're beautiful. And then that also too allows me to call people too. We have these things that we do in our business. We have virtual offices. We have team trainings. And then I have this thing that I personally do. When I need to work and I need to work hard, I only call people that work with me that work hard. Because that's what I need to see. I'm not about to sit in the space of somebody that's always complaining. I don't want to talk to you. It's not personal. But in my season of trying to do something larger in my life, I am not about to sit with people that do not think they can do things well. I just pour into those people. You see the difference? I pour into them. I tell them what they can go read, where they can go. But you have to watch your space. You have to watch your space and understand that your space is so valuable. And stop needing or thinking the only space that's good is if it has 15 people in it. Lord, I desire for you to give me one. Just give me one. And if you don't want to give me one soul to talk to all the time, then give me one to follow. Give me the voice you want me to hear. Let me even ask you this one. This one just got downloaded in my spirit. Has God removed everybody in your space because the one voice he's trying to get to you is him? Okay, you keep paying attention to everybody else. So I'm about to take everybody else away from you. You put so much value on your chart. You can't even hear me. You chasing money so much, I'm about to take it all away. Until you realize I'm the one that has placed this here, I don't even want you to have one human voice. I need you to have my voice. But that's different for everyone, which is the reason why it's danger to look peripherally. Everybody else, what's all everybody else doing? Oh, okay, she running for prayers. I need to run for prayers. She going for diamond. I'm gonna go for diamond. You need to start consulting. Is that what he's asked you to do? Is that where he's asked you to go? You came into here and said, I'm supposed to go ambassador. But maybe he said, no, I told you all in another training. God will not give you what he knows is going to break you. I had to look at too. I sat here and I took, and I'll give you a personal share before I log off. I made the statement, and maybe those have heard me. I was like, you know what? I want to be comfortable in triple. And then I had to say, when did I make that okay? When I said I wanted to go ambassador, God has even shown me ambassador. He's shown me ambassador, not for the finances, but for the effect that I'm going to have when that occurs. Because see, that money that's there, I have that, y'all. He said, I put you here to be a thermostat. I put you here to be a change agent. So how did you make the deciding factor that it was time to sit? Okay, so now what do you want me to do? Well, what I want you to do is, you can tell people how to get to triple. Can you tell them how to go ambassador? Oh, shoot, no, I can't. I can tell you how to get to triple. I can tell you how to go to ambassador. Oh, well, that's why I have you here. Okay. So now I need you to make some shifts and some changes. I always tell people, you get mad and you get frustrated when the people call you on your Ruby chart. How in the world are you going to handle a diamond chart? How in the world are you going to have a double diamond chart? You get pissed off at the simple things that occur that naturally are supposed to happen in business. So how can I trust you with more? You don't do this with grace. So until you grace this, I'm not going to hurt you. So for me, it was okay. 100,000. I'm like, Lord Jesus, like, I know what it's like to get that. I do. And it requires some stuff. And I was like, I just wanted to be comfortable. And he says, I didn't tell you to be comfortable. I told you to trust me. That's what I told you to do. Oh, okay. So I'm being disobedient. Okay. All right. So I guess we're going back in. And then he reminded me, who told you that it was going to be the same level of discomfort the first time you did that? Because now you have been given some things. You understand some things. You ain't going to go through it the same way in which you are. You're still going to learn some new lessons. But what you got to do is get off your behind and keep moving. So guess what I need you to do? I'm not going to let you go no further until you change your frame. So when you change your frame, it has nothing to do with everybody walking on up to you going, oh, she got these cuts. But it's the standard that you placed upon your own self. You're not operating at your standard. So I'm not going to give you more to handle, more women to handle, more things to handle, because your frame is off. Your back is hurting. You're allowing stress to creep up quicker. You've been through this. I'm not going to allow you to be taken out. Go get it back together. Once you get that back together, I'll give you more. Once you be a good steward over what I've told you, you have amazing information. Once you start teaching and training again, I'll give you more. I'll give you more lives to affect. But I can't give you more in this season. Okay. All right. I can handle that. So I got to teach. I got to train. I got to pour. I got to change my frame. I've changed some things. He had called me at one point to change things in the house. I did that. He asked me at one time to change things within your kids. I did that. Okay, now it's time to come back for you. And once you do that, then what I want you to do is I want you to adopt some things. I want you to put some things in order. I want you to cause people to understand that change is a process and it's okay. And then show them how. Don't stand on the mountaintop and be like, hey, I'm an amazing person. I've done it. Show them how. Teach them how. Be with them. Be in the trenches. Go through with them. Then when you learn to go through with them, I will give you more. I'll give you more people, because then there'll be a design, there'll be an action, there'll be a system of duplication that somebody can come right behind you and do what it is that you do. But until then, I'm not going to give it to you yet. I want you to be more uncomfortable with, I want you to be more comfortable with being uncomfortable again. I want you to let people see you sweat. Let people see you be uncomfortable. Let people see you log on and stay. Y'all, it's almost 9:30. I'm still pouring. Let them see that sometimes that it's not just about 8 to 9, just because what you said. Sometimes there's things in which you got to do. So you stay in the room until you get it done. You finish, you complete, you marathon. You want to change your house? You want to change your kids? You have to be a marathoner to do that. You can't quit everything you quit that comes into your space and then wonder why your kids are quitters. They learned that from mom. Mom don't stay in nothing. Mom quit every time it get easy. Why are you quitting? Mom, you said this was okay. He or she is watching you. And I realized that in this season of having my son who's about to be an adult, how do I teach? I'm tired, y'all. I've been doing entrepreneurship for 20 years. I'm tired. I'm 40 years old, right? And I'm going, ugh. He goes, you rest when it's job well done. When you come see me, I have you here for a reason. You still have people. I love all y'all, but what about these people in this house? What about the people that I have around you that I've blessed you with? I've given every one of your kids to you for a reason. I've given you your husband for a reason. So if I've downloaded that amount of stuff into you, if I've given it to you, I know you need to be a good steward over that. You need to be a good steward over what is in your home. If you can't be a good steward over what's in your home, how in the world do you expect him to give you 100 people on your chart? 200 people over your chart? Don't work that way. He wants to see you grace. He wants your story. He wants what you've been through and how you've come through the other side of it. That's what he wants. But guess what? It's in your rituals. It's in your discipline. It's in your behavior. That's where it really is. It's serious. It's not a game. It's serious. It's serious. It's serious. It's serious. It's serious. And I know he has me here for a reason and saying everything in which I'm saying. Fix your house, women. Fix your home. You just said that. Fix your home. I know he speaks to me for a reason. He wants me to be honest. Fix your home. While you're trying to fix your business, fix your home. Then once you fix your home, your business becomes easy. Because the same thing it is to entrepreneur is the same thing it is to run your home. Know when you're to fix dinner. Know when you're to take care of your kids. Know when it is time to take a little step back to maybe go say an encouragement word to your husband. Know when it's time when you see your daughter who's suffering or she's in frustration to say it's time to put that business down and it's time to go talk to her. When those things occur in your home, when they occur in yourself, self causes change in home. Self. Once self is changed, self causes change in home. Once home is changed, home causes change in business. You don't be like, oh my God, this is easy. And you'll have more patience with somebody who isn't doing what you say at the moment. Because you'll notice she's just having some change problems. She's having some being uncomfortable problems. Maybe she just needs somebody to talk to at this moment. Maybe that podcast you listen to, you need to pass on. Because it's the same thing you do in your kids. Let somebody mess with your kids at the school. You be the first one there. Okay, I'm going to need the whole office down here. Because my baby is not okay. And you'll learn to show up in your business the same way. As soon as she's not doing okay, see, when you're a good steward over that. I am a red. This is what people say. I'm a red and I can't deal with. You are not a color. You're your behaviors. You're not a color. I ain't got time for that. What you got time for? What else are you here for? I want to change people. But yet, as soon as they come to you and ask you for change, you frustrated. Check yourself. I've had to check myself in that too. I had to realize that he's giving me people on my team for a reason. And the moment you keep on talking about him, he'll just take them. Make you start over. How you like them apples? How you like that? Learn to manage what you have so he can give you more. Learn to be a good steward over what he has given you. And he will learn. He will say, this is not going to break her. She can handle it. She's okay. She don't second guess everything. She understands that when problems comes in front of her, I put in our design in there and she goes, time to grow. It's that season. Like you learn to dance at it and you go, it's time to grow. It's trying to be a new person. Oh my God, I'm about to meet some new people. I'm so excited in this new season. There's somebody on this training. I've seen her name and I didn't say it anymore. I just met. Yeah, I'm going to Philadelphia this weekend. And I just said, it's because I got to get around where it is that I'm going. Sometimes where you're supposed to go isn't in your state. Sometimes the man you want in your state, the friend you want, the whatever. So I was like, hey, he's giving me the ability to, just as you can put a plane ticket towards your vacation, you could put a plane ticket towards your education. So get on that plane and go. And I was like, well, how am I going to feel? I was telling my husband, how am I going to feel? I'm here all by myself. And then yesterday on Father's Day, I met the person who I guess I'm supposed to go talk to. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll be with you. But I was coming into that room regardless. Because it's time to start moving around. It's time to start affecting change in different spaces. You've done enough on the Zoom, is what he's sharing. You've done enough just on the Zoom. Has he said that to you? Has he told you to go in different spaces? And you're not? Are you trying to deliver the baby, but it's sliding back in? You're trying to deliver, but it's sliding. Are you keeping your own discomfort? Literally because you won't push through. Is that what's occurring? I'll tell you this, and I understand it's the morning, but sometimes it's a mind frame. Some people's Zooms stay off because of mind frame. They don't show up. It has nothing to do with they ain't dressed or they at work. They just don't show up. So maybe that's what you need to put in your interval training. I'm going to show up. I'm scared of lives. I always say this. Why? Nobody's going to beat you up. It's just a button you press and you press record and you go on and say what you got to say and then you jump off. What are you scared of? So maybe that's what you need to develop in, because if you can't show up, think about this. If you listen to what you're asking God for. Give me more. I want more money. I want more things. But yet you can't do a live. You can't press play there. So how am I going to give you 20 women, 16 women on your chart that you got to show up for? Think about what you're saying. How am I going to give you more when you just said that if I do this minuscule thing, I can't handle it. You just told God that. I can't handle this. I'm scared of this. So do you think if your child is telling you, I'm scared of the dark, aren't you going to have to help them to be more scared, not scared of the dark? So that's what your father's doing to you. You can't handle some things. So he's trying to prepare you for some things. And until you sit in that discomfort and you decide, I'm going to change, I'm going to grow, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to keep pushing, then he's not going to give you more that can break you. So I look forward to seeing y'all. This was a good training today. I told y'all, I kept on holding on to the packet saying, y'all gonna get all of this today. It was a good training today at 5 p.m. And everybody has been posting that code. I'm gonna say it one more time. At 5 p.m. today, Central Standard Time is 737-077-284. And the password is interval. Now, the reason why I'm giving this to you all as a special training, because you've heard all of this. Right? So you know when you're coming into this, I'm coming into this for this. Sometimes you give people things and they aren't prepared for them, and then they can't receive it. And then you ever been sitting in a sermon sometimes that everything hits you, and you be like, that was just for me. And then you look over and you be like, did you receive that? And they be like, no. How? We was in the same room. How? Because they didn't have the prerequisite. Man, go through all of this and hear all of this, and their brain get the opportunity to go, oh my God, like I really got some things that I need to change and I need to do, so that when they show up, they're showing up for that task. They're not in continuation of. That's the reason why when people go to college, there's a prerequisite class taking the next level. You have to pass the previous level to get to the next level. Now, what you can do, because I'm going to upload this to my YouTube channel after, you can say, hey, watch this. Once you finish this, I'll give you the code to get on with me. Watch this. See this. And then come with me. And guess what? Let me share with you something. The ones that come with you are in your season. Don't keep texting and calling. Hey, girl, did you see it? Did you see it? You know, you do that with your chart. Are you going to complete your 400 box? Are you going to do this? Are you going to do this? Sometimes you bring in your hell with you. It was trying to stay behind, but you didn't grab the hell hand and told it to come with you. Versus realizing cream rises to the top. People who are on your level, who are showing up, you showed up at 8 o'clock this morning to get yourself for something, but yet you begging people to come with you. No, do a little scroll. I'm going to give everybody some time. Take your camera off. Scroll and see who from your team is on here? Who's still here? Take a scroll. I'm about to scroll too. Who's still here? Count them. 2, 3. I got 3. 4. So guess what? Do you see that? Do you see that number? Do you see how that number one huge? Y'all see all this information I'm dropping? I got 4 of my own team here. 4. Don't care about the number. Don't care about the number. Get to that number. That's your tribe. That's your thing. Them are the people that you're growing with. Walk with them. Spend 80% of your time with your tribe. Pour into the other 20. Spend 80% of your time with your tribe. That's how you grow, because guess what? They're going to be in that thing with you. When you're trying to take these notes and you be like, girl, did you hear that? Yes. That's how you find them. And guess what? If it was 0, keep showing up. Keep showing up for yourself. Eventually it'll be 1. It will. That's just how it goes. But don't bring your hell with you. Be mindful of that. You are VIP. You got to start seeing yourself that way. You as a woman, you as yourself, you are VIP. Not everyone sits in VIP. Y'all notice that? Not everyone sits in VIP. Hey, I like what Julie was doing. Not everybody sits in VIP. All right, go have an amazing rest of your day. I'm about to get myself to work. I will see you today at 5 p.m. Toodles!